Hello, I am your teacher, Mr. Pacitti, and this is my classroom here in Manchester, New Hampshire. So put away your mobile phones, put away your you love it's. I'm never saying those three words again. It's time to concentrate, it's time to study. This is SmackDown Live, and this is Graded. We're kicking things off with a big old bloody backstage brawl. Dolph Ziggler is being interviewed in the parking lot. Kevin Owens drives up behind him. Honk, 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 honk. Words are exchanged, punches are thrown, and Kevin Owens is ejected from the premises by Shane McMahon. Interestingly, as Owens is being thrown out, he is bleeding from the mouth. Could have been an errant punch, but to me looked like a blood capsule. Attitude Era 2.0. TV PG's over. Yeah! Maybe? In a backstage promo, Shane then cancels the main event of SmackDown, which was to be Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. We then go to a wide shot of the arena, and then the commentary team start hyping matches for tonight, but they are interrupted by Kevin Owens, who has jumped the barricade, and better yet, he has a mic. And Owens is angry. He says that the McMahon family made the WWE Universe the authority, but since that happened, one man has had more authority than anyone else. One man has had more TV time than anybody else, and that man is Shane McMahon, and nobody wanted that. Owens then gets on the announce table, and then Shane McMahon comes out and says, cut his mic, but Owens then grabs another mic. He continues to berate Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon's all like, okay, cut that mic too, and then Owens just keeps going. He grabs a commentary headset, starts speaking into it, berating Shane McMahon more and more, as Shane then calls for security to throw him out of there, but Owens just pegs it, runs through the crowd. This was fantastic, so captivating. Owens was utterly terrific here, and this is very much deserving of an A. The only thing stopping this getting an A+ was Shane McMahon, who I don't think played his role as well as perhaps he could have done. He was out there saying like, oh, okay, he's got another microphone, better cut that one as well. Whereas he should have just been like really, really angry about Kevin Owens ruining the show after he had already been thrown out of SmackDown Live. That dragged it down just a tiny bit, but it was still great. Generally speaking, the best promos in modern day WWE are the promos that rely heavily on truth. And this was a perfect example of that. Capitalizing on the anti-Shane McMahon sentiment to create a compelling babyface character in Kevin Owens. If Kevin Owens is the man to finally topple Shane McMahon, then I almost feel that all of this Shane bollocks that's been going on for way, way too long will have been worth it, because Kevin Owens will be made into the face of SmackDown Live. Sorry, Roman. I am in a very good mood at this point. Time check, we're only 10 minutes in, and so much has already been achieved, and it's all been very, very enjoyable to watch. And now it's time for a wrestling match. Who'da thunk it? Featuring two of the most underutilized wrestlers in the WWE today, Finn Bálor and Shinsuke Nakamura. So even though this was a non-title match, it's putting the Intercontinental title picture back where it belongs, on television. And the match itself was also tremendous. Shinsuke Nakamura, I think it's fair to say, hasn't felt like a big deal probably since his call up to the main roster, but especially since the heel turn at WrestleMania, the feud with AJ Styles, which was just all about shots to the dick for some reason, and this match turned things around. Shinsuke once again feels like a big deal. Strong strikes, stiff kicks, everything that we loved about Shinsuke Nakamura was on display once again last night. So refreshing to see. He hits a Kinshasa on the outside of the ring, gets back in the ring looking for a count-out victory. It's a non-title match, but Finn just about manages to get back in the ring in time. Nakamura gets him back on the outside, and then as Finn gets in, once again he eats a Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3, your winner is Shinsuke Nakamura. This gets an A, not just because it was a great match, which it was, but also because of what it hopefully means for the Intercontinental title scene. These are two guys who can put on great, high work rate matches and make it feel like the IC title is worth caring about once again, which it hasn't done for an awful long time. Then you could throw in the likes of Ali, Andrade, Black, Gable, and you've got a scene which could be be providing some of the best matches on WWE TV on a weekly basis. Maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself because I'm in a good mood following the Kevin Owens stuff, but this was just so refreshing to see. We then get a brilliant pre-recorded promo from Samoa Joe saying that at Extreme Rules he's going to put Kofi Kingston to sleep and take the WWE title. Intense, cerebral, one of the best promo guys in the business today, but now it's time for a contract signing. Yay. They recap the Beat the Clock challenge from Monday Night Raw, and then Bayley starts saying, hey, Nikki, you're being exploited by Alexa, you're being manipulated by Alexa. We've heard it all before. Bayley says she is at impossible odds at Extreme Rules, and what's going to happen, Nikki Cross, when Alexa loses and blames you? The contract signed. That's pretty much it. This leads on to a match, Nikki Cross versus Carmella, and just really a way of showcasing what a credible threat Nikki Cross is on Sunday night. She pretty much just demolishes Carmella here. I actually think this would have worked better if Nikki was beating up a heel here rather than a fan favorite in Carmella, because isn't Nikki Cross supposed to be the good guy, the one that's being exploited, manipulated by Alexa Bliss, and then she's just beating down Carmella? It's not a big deal, I just think it would have worked better had her opponent been a heel. Anyway, Nikki Cross picks up the win with a spinning neck breaker, all the while she is intensely staring down the women's champion Bayley. So I'm going to give the match and the contract signing a combined grade here, and that grade is a C+. I can't bring myself to give it any more than a C+. The contract signing was pretty average, the match was pretty average, and I don't know if I can put it all down to the performances or the writing, but something just felt a little bit off here. Maybe it was Alexa's absence, they should have really had her there on the Go Home show, but something didn't click for me here, and I just didn't enjoy it that much. C+. We then get a backstage segment with the Kabuki Warriors. Remember them? They approach the Iconics, and the Iconics, unfortunately, Billie Kay is very, very poorly indeed. She has mad cow bird flu disease. I bloody love the Iconics and can't compete tonight. They wanted their tag title shot tonight. They can't get it. Poor Billie Kay. Paige then gets all pissed off at the Iconics avoiding the match and slaps Billie Kay hard in her mad cow bird flu disease face, and this was an effective backstage segment. It's good to see Kairi and Asuka getting some screen time, but at the same time it felt like the focus of the segment was very much on Paige getting the slap and all that, and she's the one woman out of the 5 there who can't actually wrestle anymore. Whatever, I'll let it slide because I'm happy to see the Kabuki Warriors on the brand that they are on. Let's move on. Next up, it's time for a Tag Team Summit! What's a Tag Team Summit, I hear you ask? It's just another way of saying lengthy promo. Xavier and Big E are out first. They make some dirty, dirty jokes, say that they're going to become the 6-time tag team champions, but then are interrupted by Daniel Bryan and Rowan. Bryan says nobody takes the New Day seriously as tag team champions. Then Xavier says, hey, I want to talk to you, Big Red. Rowan, you are just a little bitch. First off, you took orders from Bray Wyatt, then Harper, now Daniel Bryan. You're nothing but a feeble pawn, or so, I can't remember what he said exactly. And then cue the who's your daddy chants. WWE making it very, very easy for one Ross Twaddell. Heavy Machinery are out next. They say that they earned their opportunity on Sunday night and that they're going to win. And a triple threat match is set up for right now. Xavier, Otis, Daniel Bryan, triple threat action. I'll give this a quick grade before I get onto the match itself. It's a C. It was average. So average. It was one of those WWE promos where everybody just takes it in turns, throwing insults at one another, but they all just wait for their turn to talk. So it couldn't feel more scripted, less organic, and it just felt like nothing was really achieved here. Just average. Fortunately, the match itself was a little bit better than the promo. Some nice displays of power by Otis, and then everyone starts scrapping on the outside, all of the people who aren't in the match, Tucker, Big E, Rowan, and it looks like Rowan's about to send them through the announce table. That doesn't happen, they're all scrapping, and then the referee goes, hey, you guys, get out of here, despite the fact that it's a no DQ match, it's a triple threat. And, oh, it's ad break time. Back to the match, and it's all good stuff. These three genuinely do have good chemistry together. Otis being the one to pick up the win, I think was the right decision because let's face it, Heavy Machinery aren't going to win on Sunday. It was fine, B- here. And now it's time to find out who has been knocking on Aleister Black's door. But Tom Phillips goes, oh, actually, the person who's been knocking has refused to identify himself at this time. Phillips, you wanker. And then Black starts talking about how he doesn't care who his opponent is because at Extreme Rules he's gonna bloody trounce him, whoever that man may be. And then we see a white-suited man start circling the chair. Like a one-man game of musical chairs. He's going round and round and round. And who could it be? It wasn't Adam Pacitti. It's Cesaro! Bloody hell. Match of the night at Extreme Rules hasn't even happened yet. Very much looking forward to that. Shelton Benjamin then does his weird looking around thing, and then Kofi has a backstage interview. Heyman is briefly spotted during it. Brock Lesnar is cashing in on Kofi, isn't he? Let's face it. And then it's time for the main event. It's Roman Reigns versus Dolph Ziggler in a match before it happened. Couldn't give a toss about. Before the match starts, Shane and Co come down to ringside to definitely not get involved in the match. Dolph and Roman start scrapping it out, and then the ref's distracted at one point, and obviously McIntyre and Elias seize that opportunity and attack the big dog. Shane did do a decent job of hyping the tag match on Sunday, especially in The Undertaker's absence, and then at the end, everything completely breaks down. There were some really good near falls, they're worth mentioning. Dolph Ziggler hits the zigzag and Roman kicks out of it. Roman with the Superman punch, Dolph kicks out of that. Roman with a great dive over the top rope, just taking absolutely everybody out. And then Shane gets in the ring, and who comes in behind him? It's Kevin Owens. Bloody boom. Boom. Why am I doing the actions? Stunner. It's bloody pandemonium out here. Spear from Roman. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is your winner. End of the episode. B+ for this match. It wasn't the best as far as in-ring action goes, but it was dramatic and frantic and chaotic, and I like all of those things. I actually found this far more entertaining than I thought I would do before the match started. So yeah, I think this did its job well. It got me excited for the match at Extreme Rules, and I guess it's teased Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon for after that match happens, where hopefully Kevin Owens hits him with 1 billion stunners and just kills Shane McMahon. And he's dead there. I don't mean that, but I sort of do at the same time. I really loved SmackDown this week. If I were to total all of the grades up and then average them out, it definitely wouldn't get an A. But I'm giving this an A- because some segments hold more weight than others, and that opening promo from Kevin Owens was utterly fantastic. But this episode of SmackDown was more than just that opening pipe bomb-esque promo from Kevin Owens. Finn versus Nakamura was terrific. The main event was more entertaining than it had any right to be, and the reveal of Cesaro was sexy AF. More of this, please, WWE. I know you can do it. And before I go, I have got a bit of an exclusive for you. This is a huge scoop that we could not fit into this morning's news. A house show in Mobile, Alabama, a WWE Raw house show, is advertising a first time ever match stipulation. This has never been done before. A glass casket match. Will it be popular? Remains to be seen. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.